We begin tonight with a look at the health industry and one woman's fatal trip to a spa. Her death has raised alarming questions about this $10 billion a year industry. There are more than 18,000 spa locations across the country, but they're not all created equal. Far from it. Some now offer services you used to find only in a hospital. In the case you're about to see, the accused doctor has already had his license suspended, as Andrea Canning reports.
Joseph Arukatan says his wife, Rohi, didn't have to die.
Doctors are supposed to save life, not take it.
Last September, the 37-year-old mother of three went in for liposuction at this Florida med spa, the same place she went for massages and manicures. But something went horribly wrong on the operating table. Arukatan suffered seizures and was rushed to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced brain dead.
It's a very, very painful experience.
After 2 weeks, her husband made the heartbreaking decision to take her off life support.
It was sad. I felt like I killed my own wife. It was hard. It was hard. And it was even harder when I had to explain to the kids.
Were your children able to say goodbye to her in the hospital?
Yeah. I took them to the hospital to see her.
Her family can't understand how the registered nurse could have trusted her life with a spa that reads tanning above the door, and how her doctor, Omar Brito, seen here in this Facebook photo, was still performing cosmetic procedures 5 months after the tragedy. Last week, Arukatan made one last plea to have his license revoked.
I'm appealing to the state, the Broward County Sheriff, whoever is concerned, please help me.
His cries were heard. Just 24 hours later, an explosive emergency order called Dr. Brito an immediate danger to the public and suspended his license. The order says Arukatan had excessive levels of lidocaine in her system, had been administered the powerful sedation drug propofol with no anesthesiologist present, and that Brito had inadequate training.
The entire conduct in this case from beginning to end was unequivocally outrageous.
Brito had taken a 3-day course in plastic surgery, a total of just 18 hours of training.
His training was inadequate, and they had none of the requisite emergency resources available to them to handle an emergency should one arise,
including having a crucial crash cart in the spa. But Brito's attorney sharply disagrees with the findings. He says that only minor sedation was used, which is legal at the med spa. He claims the state has incorrect information about the amount of anesthesia and when it was given. Toxicology reports that will state the exact cause of death in this case have not yet been released.
Do you think that 3 days of training for plastic surgery is enough?
The law in Florida says yes, and I agree with that. A 3-day intensive course with hands-on training, which Dr. Brito had, in addition to approximately 24 liposuction or liposculpture procedures under his belt. At the time he performed this surgery, yes, it's enough. He had enough experience.
A lot of people might think 3 days. Plastic surgeons train for years. 3 days.
That's the law. He followed the letter of the law.
The report also says that in these circumstances, the procedure should never have taken place in a med spa, raising new questions about the oversight of these facilities that have now gone beyond tanning, offering treatments like Botox and non-invasive lipo.
You're going to feel me pinching you.
Because of the low cost and convenience, they've grown by 85% in the past 2 years.
I think med spas in the right situation are absolutely a safe place to go.
But David Goldberg, a dermatologist and consultant for the International Medical Spa Society, says that lack of oversight can sometimes land patients in the wrong hands.
You have potentially high school kids doing some of these laser procedures because these procedures are so poorly regulated.
The American Society of Dermatologic Surgery says inexperience has led to an increase in burning, scars, and even death. After getting lipo-dissolve at a med spa, this patient contracted a life-threatening staph infection. This North Carolina student died after applying too much lidocaine cream before laser hair removal at a spa. And a Florida woman was awarded $15,000 after a Brazilian bikini wax left her disfigured. In 2005, Deborah Hellman went to a spa for laser treatment to remove sunspots. But she suffered second-degree burns when she claims the technician turned the settings up too high.
Seems like the easy American way, but I learned the hard way. I think everyone should think long and hard.
So what should you think about before visiting a med spa?
I want to know about the qualifications of the person delivering the procedure. That's one. I want to know if a physician is supervising in one way or another. That's two. Number three, tell me about the kind of physician. Is it a dermatologist? Is it a plastic surgeon?
What change would you like to see come out of this case?
We need better regulation, better enforcement.
For Joseph Arukatan, change isn't happening fast enough.
And I hope this will wake up the legislature, the congressmen, women, whoever is concerned. Please listen to my cry.
This father just hopes his wife's death, now part of a criminal investigation, is the wake-up call the country needs to put people's lives before profit. I'm Andrea Canning for Nightline in Weston, Florida.
And a reminder that what may look like a bargain may be anything but.